Greetings and salutations, and welcome to a Take 2 review.
Hi, I'm Caleb, and this is
Steven.
and we just got out of the movie God's Not Dead, which is playing in most theaters right now. Opened up in a couple just today.
Yeah.
And so we were thinking we were giving it a little bit of a review. So Steven, tell us a little bit about what God's Not Dead.
Okay. Basically, the entire plot of it is a college student named, what's his name? Will.
Yeah,
Wheaton. Yeah, Wheaton.
Josh Wheaton.
Josh Wheaton, and he is basically gets enrolled in a class about philosophy.
Yeah. So Josh Wheaton is it's a freshman in college. Gets into this class about philosophy, intro to philosophy.
Yeah.
Professor explains to him that God is dead, and then asks the class to write it down on a piece of paper that God is dead, sign their name, and turn it in so they can skip that section of philosophy.
Yeah.
Josh has a different idea. He feels that he can't write that down because he's a Christian.
Yeah.
And so the professor challenges him, and Josh agrees to
Prove in a way that his idea is false.
Yeah, to prove that the professor is false and that God is very much alive and God's not dead.
Yeah.
Hence the name of the movie, God's Not Dead. So the professor allows Josh to present his case for the next 3 classes, and that's what he does. Throughout the movie, there's other storylines, subplots that are kind of all. So anyways,
Yeah.
So right now we were just talking about the subplots that are leading in, dealing with the professor's girlfriend, who's also a Christian, and that kind of puts a wall up in between him and her.
Because he's an atheist and everything everyone else says about Christianity is bad.
Yeah, he has a little bit of a complex where he thinks that he has to be right no matter what, and really doesn't allow the students to make free will choices on what they believe. So in a sense, he's kind of robbing them of their right to have a choice to say whether or not God is alive or God is dead.
Yeah.
There's also a story of a young Chinese boy,
And an Indian girl.
and then she's not Indian.
Yeah, sorry.
Muslim girl.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, all which that lead into the main storyline of God's Not Dead, and all have a little bit something to do with each other. Movie overall, very well done. Minus a few artistic things,
like technical nitpicks and all that.
and maybe just some preferences. Stephen, what do you think? Some of them.
I had to say, like, some of the nitpicks would have to be, for me personally, would have to be, say, like, I'm trying to think, the main lead, he has a girlfriend in the film, and she's basically just saying, like, are you going to choose God and this whole debate, or are you going to choose me and then just get over it? And he just chooses her, and then once they're broken up, we never see that kid anymore. But she's a throwaway character. She's alright, but what's the point of just having her character when she's just that part?
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think she was kind of flat, and she didn't really bring a lot to the table. I think they could have had her in the movie a little bit longer, and maybe had her try to appeal to her boyfriend maybe once more time, or have her boyfriend maybe talk to her after that. It really was quick and abrupt, their breakup. But maybe that was the choice of the director in saying that it really,
It didn't matter.
But another thing, there was a strange Chinese stereotype about the Chinese boy testing out of math and chemistry, which I don't know if that was completely on purpose, but the stereotype that Chinese kids are really smart in math and science was definitely presented.
Yeah.
But what can you, I mean, most of the time, Chinese kids
Yeah.
are pretty good at math and science. However, for the movie, I think it might have been a smarter choice to
Not
leave
to
that
do
out.
that,
Yeah, because it didn't really add a lot to the story.
Or yeah.
Another thing I thought was a little bit distasteful is the way they portrayed the Muslim family.
Yeah.
And I think they did it in a little bit bad taste on how the father was very violent with his daughter when he found out that she was a Christian, which I think in this movie, as it's rated PG, I think it might have been a little bit over the top and a little bit extreme,
Yeah.
and really put a negative look on all Muslim families. And I don't think it would have taken away at all from the storyline had it been taken out that the violence that ensued. So
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, although there was like some aspects, like say the professor, who you did have connection with him, you felt like, quit like, you're a good character, but show some more development. Even though there was like, you wanted more of his character. I mean, because you 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 don't like him because he's like against like the main character and he's like having all these negative aspects, but you start to like him basically because like his like the girl who's also a Christian, you start to feel like I want to know more about this professor. Like, what is his backstory? And in the film, you do, and you start to feel more sorry for him, which I thought was good.
yeah, I think it was good that they showed his reason for being an atheist.
Yeah.
He was as a young child, 12 years old. His mother died. Once being a Christian and his mother being a Christian, he kind of was started to hate God because he felt that he was wronged, having his mother taken away from him, which is understandable and really is a lot of reason today that there is atheists, real strong atheists, is because they have some type of anger towards God, and so they just deny him altogether. So I thought it was a great way to really feel, and instead of hating this guy the whole time for just continually bashing and trying to control his class and not giving anybody an opinion, and basically making himself God, it kind of let you understand and maybe sympathize with him just a little bit of what he was going through. And so I think the resolution to his dilemma was well done. I won't ruin that for you because I would like you guys always go see the movie.
Spoiler free.
But it does resolve in the end.
Yeah.
At least to some degree.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Although there was one part I did think, but it was just like a kind of really kind of nitpick, which is, although there was like one, there was actually, I thought like there was actually only one African American character who I thought he was really good. I felt like he could have done more instead of just like being this character who just says the same like mantra over and over and just like says, okay, we're gonna say this like line and then it's going to help this other character. It does. I just didn't feel like he had enough like a effect on the story.
Yeah, and he could have been developed a little bit more. I think that with all the subplots that it kind of took away from development of each of the characters. That happens when you have that kind of movie where you're having a lot of things going on at once. You can't spend a lot of time developing the characters. Although I think the main plot itself, the main antagonist, protagonist, the freshman Josh Wheaton against the professor. I think that they developed that enough to have the story make sense and the plot be believable and the conflict be believable. I thought they did a very good job with that. However, you did have to sacrifice some of the other characters for that.
Which you really wanted, which I mean, you like the characters at times. You just wish you had more of them. But when the main thing is about a boy trying to prove that God is not dead, it'd be a bit hard not for him to be the focus.
Yeah. So overall, good movie, great plot. As a Christian myself, I think it was a very good movie. A little bit cheesy at times, but with the girlfriend and whatever. But it was still good. It's still really good, and I think it would be great for anybody to see it, Christian or not, to get a little bit of an apologetic look at the proof for God, and also to see a good movie. So,
Yeah.
what do you think, Steven? Final thoughts?
I think one thing I wish I could see is I like the main character. I just hope he's gonna be in more stuff because actually I thought he was really good.
Yeah.
I thought all the actors were good. I thought there was just like some plot holes that I thought they could have fixed,
Yeah.
which weren't really solved. But other than that, I'd have to say like 3 out of 4 stars.
Yeah.
Some problems, but overall good film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go watch the film. Tell us what you think, and we hope to talk to you again soon. So, I'll see you.